Hi everybody, Angie Hunt here, and we are back this week in the LDRS Creative Studio for some more live craft class for you guys. So happy to see everybody coming in already. I'm seeing some familiar names. Apparently I'm tongue-tied today. We're going to see how that goes. It's never good when you start off the whole, live, unable to speak. So we'll see how I do. So hello to everybody. I see so many people already coming in from Michigan, so that's nice because as many of you know, we are right here in Michigan. If you are new tonight, I'd love it if you would let us know. And it's always fun to see where everybody is coming in from. So let's give everybody a hello. I'm going to try and read everybody's names if I can. So hi to Cindy Patty, welcome. Gail Spresser is here. And oh my goodness, all the names just jumped right there. Tina's here from Indiana. Who else? E. Miller is from Michigan. Hello to Marianne in Northeast Pennsylvania. Barbara Cohn is here. Sharon Gullickson, so nice to see you here. You're taking the day off from work on your rental refurbishment. Wow, very cool. Hello, Margaret in Ohio. Good to see you. Renee is new. Renee Whitaker. Welcome, Renee. So happy to have you here. Who else is here? PB Brewer. Brewer Martin is here from South Georgia. Christina Hulleman, welcome. Christina is new as well. Hello to Melanie and Elizabeth from New York City and Donna from PA. Rhonda is a newbie as well. Who else is here? Liz Yates is here from Barrie, Ontario. Pretty cool. Carmen is here. Looks like this is, first time senior program? Hello, first time senior program. You're cute. From California. Very nice. So many people coming in. Dee is here from Ohio. On Patty Redmond, yes, and you are in Troy, right here in Michigan. Mary Jo is here, first timer. Also, we have a lot of newbies. Very cool from Ohio. Teresa Jarvis is here from Fremont, California. Welcome to Barbara in South Carolina. Kathy from Virginia. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is great, but I'm going to spend all my time doing this. Okay, we're going to have to move on. Okay. That took all my energy. Now I'm ready for a nap. Just kidding. Okay, so tonight we're actually going to be doing, the last couple of times we've gotten together, I've done some watercoloring. And as many of you know, watercoloring is really my go-to medium. I absolutely love watercoloring. It's my favorite way to color. And I'm not like purposely choosing watercolor every time, but whenever I'm working with Letterpress, I do end up doing that on our watercolor paper because it is the best paper for the Letterpress. And so that kind of begs me to watercolor. So we're going to be doing a little more watercoloring tonight. And we're going to be playing with some really pretty, I was kind of digging through my paints and stuff to see what I have. And I have some more of the Kuretake, but they're the paints, and I'll show them to you. But they're in, it's a metallic, and they're beautiful, like kind of creamy pastels. They almost remind me of sherbet, if you will. Or what did we have? I can't even believe I can't remember this. In Italy. Dessert.
Oh, sorbet or something?
No. The word has...
I can't.
Gelato. Oh my goodness. I can't even... I'm telling you. So the mouth isn't working. The brain isn't working either. So anyway, so I've pulled those. And I think I've only painted with those once. So we're going to be playing with those and see how those look. But we're also going to be working with Letterpress again. And for those of you that are new, I am going to go over the Letterpress just a little bit to kind of, give everybody an understanding so everybody knows what I'm working with. Christina says, I found your group because I found some brand new stamps at our local thrift shop and had not heard of y'all. So you searched us on Facebook and now you're here. So welcome. That is wonderful. It doesn't matter to me how you get here as long as you do. And for those of you that are new, we do this almost every single week. It's always on Thursdays. It's always at 7 p.m. If you can't catch us live, you can always catch us on the replay. But I will tell you that we do a giveaway at the end of every one of these classes. And this really, truly is a class. So we do a giveaway at the end. You can only win the giveaway if you're here, if you're present, because we draw your name from your comments. So make sure you leave a comment as well, and that way we can hopefully draw your name. And if not this week, then the next week. I will also tell you this: we started this year about 2 weeks before we have a craft class live, we put up a special bundle at LDRScreative.com, and the bundle will have the main products that I'm using in the live. Some of them may be brand new, some of them may be things from a previous collection, and because I love to mix and match. And whenever we're creating new products, we're always thinking about the products that we've already had in previous collections, and we make sure that we can use things together, because I never want you to feel like your products are old. I don't want you to feel like you've already used them once, so you have to cast them aside. I want you to always be looking at other products that you already have in your stash and thinking about how you can mix them in with the products that maybe are brand new that you've just added to your collection. So we're going to be doing a little bit of that tonight as well. So make sure you know that we always do have the craft class live bundles. The bundles will be up there for 2 weeks, so you have plenty of time to get one in your hands before we actually do this live. So if you want to craft along with me, you can. If you're picking up your bundle tonight, then you can certainly watch this on the replay if you want to recreate what I'm doing. But know that the last several times we've done this, by the time we get to the live, the bundles are running out or even selling out. Last week, I think we sold out just as we were going on air. So just to let you know, they are in limited quantity. So that being said, I've rambled for 6 minutes. We're going to get to class, because you're not here to listen to me just ramble on. You're here to have a wonderful and fun class, and make sure you guys enjoy each other out there as well. So, it's always fun, when you get to know everybody and kind of mingle and learn a little bit about each other, so you kind of feel like you're, a part of our community. And that's one of the things that I love about crafting, is it gives us something in common so that we can share and we can enjoy each other. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and switch to the overhead camera. If my super sick producer husband, yes, he is sick, poor thing, will take care of that for me. Okay. So I'm going to grab my glasses. So this is everything that I'm going to be working with right here. So just so you know, these 3 things, we're going to zoom in. These are the 3 items that are in the bundle, okay? So 2 of these are letterpress. So to begin with, we have the With You. This is two sentiment dies, press plates. They are dies. Technically, they're dies. A press plate, if you're wondering what the difference is, it's a letterpress plate. It is a die. It is the same metal, if you will, as a die, as a cutting die, but it is thicker. First of all, it is definitely thicker, so you don't want to be, you're going to be able to run these through your die cutting machine, but you're going to want to run them through not with the plates that come with your die cutting machine, but with either a better press, or a Go press, or something that is designed specifically for letterpress. So you don't want to use your regular plates that come with your die cutting machine, because these are thicker. I have had people ask me the question. Some people have said to me, well, I ran them through my die cutting machine and it seemed like it was fine. I will tell you this, I know beyond a shadow of a doubt, because I manufacture these are thicker than regular dies. And if you don't do damage to your machine or to the rollers the first time you run them through, you will be doing damage over time, and you're going to have a problem with your machine at some point. So I beg you, please do not run these through with your regular plates that come with your die cutting machine. You can use the die cutting machine, but not the plates. Use a better press or Go press or something that is made to go through the die cutting machine with letterpress, okay? Just so you know that. So we have the With You. Now we've designed these. This one is called With You, so this is the all occasions. We also have a holiday version that is still in the store as well. So on the back here, we're showing you, we have life is an amazing adventure when I'm with you, and together is my favorite place to be. We do show 2 card samples on the back here, and we've mixed them together. They're the same card samples you will find on the holiday set. So we have one, we're showing one with one of the holiday sentiments, and then the other with one of our With You sentiments. And what I love about these is these are designed to be used inside frames like we have, like whether it's these or even if you want to use it with some of our other frame dies. But you can also use these because we don't have a lot of these things. I always look for things I can put on the inside of the card. And I love these because they're longer and they're going to look right on the inside of a card as well because of the size. So they're really nice. Then we also have the Wildflower frame, which I think is just totally amazing. This will fit inside of an A2 card topper, if you will. So we're going to be using this with my my watercolor paper. So the watercolor cardstock that we have is 110 pound. It is smooth cotton card panels. These are already cut to an A2 card size. You're going to get 10 of these in a pack, and they are amazing. They're 110 pound. It's a good heavy weight. As I mentioned already, I am a watercolor artist. I am very particular about not only my watercolor paints, but also my paper. So I really went through a lot of different options of watercolor paper until I settled on exactly what I wanted to work with. It is going to not only be phenomenal with your letterpress, but it's going to accept your watercolor paint in a pretty good amount of water. It's not going to pill. It's going to allow that paint to move freely and beautifully and really smooth. So it really is a high, spectacular quality. So, and then I decided at the last moment, so these are the 3 items that are in your bundle. And the bundles, just so you know, whether it's a bundle for our craft class or if it's one of our other bundles, they're already discounted. And then I decided, as I was kind of thinking about what am I going to do, to pull in my delicate stitches, not delicate stitches, my scalloped rectangles. It is delicate stitches, but scalloped rectangles, and I think I'm going to use this third one in here. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to figure that out, but I pulled those just in case. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started here. We're going to start with letterpress. Actually, I'm not going to open this one up because I have cardstock over here. So here is these are my cotton panels. I already, just so you know, I think I showed everybody this before, because our watercolor paper is almost the exact same color as my Neenah Classic Crest Solar White, and that was intentional, by the way. I can feel the difference. The watercolor paper has a little bit of a tooth to it. You can feel that. It is smooth, but it's not as smooth as the Neenah. So when I have these side by side, I can tell which is which. But whenever I pull them out of the package, I always put a WC on the back side of it. How do I know it's the back side? You can actually paint on either side. It's paper through and through. It's the same thing. So how do I know it's the back side? It's because, you know, when you cut paper, you always feel like, it has an edge, right? You're going to cut it with a blade. It's going to press the paper down, and you'll feel that tiny little bit of a lip. And that little bit of a lip, in my opinion, is the back side, because I want that smooth edge on the top. So that's what I mean by the back side. Mira is saying, do you need to use cotton paper? You're going to achieve the best letterpress results if you use a good cotton paper and a heavy-weighted cotton paper. The reason being, let me pull this out of here. The reason being, like I mentioned, these are thick dies, all right? These are thicker than regular dies, these press plates. And let me pull this off of here. So let me explain what these are all about. This is going to, first of all, like I said, it looks like a regular die, but you can feel that it has this really beautiful coating on it. That is a patented coating. The patent information is actually right here on the back, but that is a special patented coating that our manufacturer holds the patent on. And that coating that's on here will allow the ink to grab on to the die, and it will then release the ink as you're pressing into the paper, okay? Now, you want to be able to press this into the paper. So when you feel letterpress, like an invitation or something that you've had professionally, has been professionally done from some company, you can actually feel the imprint in the paper. Now, if you are not using a really good quality paper, the fibers are not going to move over. They're not going to spread or stretch like they need to allow this deep etching, so to speak, to press into the paper well enough. All right. So what you could end up with if you don't have a really good cotton paper, and cotton fibers are going to allow that to press in. So if you don't have a really good quality paper, you're still going to transfer the ink onto it, right? But you're not going to feel very much. It's not going to imprint into the paper like a true letterpress does. The other nice thing about the watercolor paper is that you want an ink like our hybrid ink is phenomenal. Our hybrid ink, if you're not familiar with it, this is a combination ink. So it has a combination of properties from both pigment and dye inks. One of the things is that it's going to, it's not water-based. So I can use this with watercolors, right? So with watercolor paints, I can paint once I've inked with a hybrid ink. What does that mean? It means it's fantastic with watercolor paper. Because when you put water on watercolor paper, so you have your cotton watercolor paper, you put water on it, it moves and it spreads. So if you're going to use a dye ink on watercolor paper, a dye ink is an ink that has a water base to it. It's going to feather a little bit. It's going to spread a little bit, okay? A hybrid ink is not going to do that because this is not water-based. Okay, so this is fantastic. So we've got these in 37 colors as well. So that is kind of the lowdown on why you want to have, the right inks, the right papers, and make sure that you're using the right tools for it as well. Okay, you okay over there?
Yes, sorry.
Oh, you poor thing. I'm not laughing. I just feel so bad for him. Poor guy. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to get started here. I'm going to walk everybody through this. So is that for all hybrid inks or just the LDRS ink? I can't speak to all hybrid inks, to be perfectly honest with you. I know our hybrid inks, but I don't know every company's hybrid inks because I don't know what the chemical makeup is of their hybrid inks. So that I can't say. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying I can't say with any certainty. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. So here, this is the Letterpress. This is the top here. All right, it goes on like this, right? The magnets are fantastic. But this little topper here, right here, I love how they've given us, they let us know where to, where the boundaries are for the A2 and where we're going to put the paper. So I can feel that little lip there, so I'm going to have that facing down because I want the back side to be down. I'm going to go ahead and tape this on. Now, I am going to lay this on here so you can see this is going to cover up a fair amount of my paper, but I have these little corners where I can put my tape and it won't be in the way. All right? So I do want to make sure it's not going to be in the way. I've done that. I think you guys even watched me do that where I didn't have my my press plate out of the way, or I'm sorry, my tape out of the way, and I inked right over the top of it. Okay, so I only laid that on there just so I could see and make sure that it wasn't going to be where I didn't, where the tape was going to be in the way. And I am going to hold this, just kind of crease these down here so nothing moves on me. All right, so I'm going to set this aside. Now I have the same coordinating A2 right here. I'm going to go ahead and lay this on here and kind of line it up a little bit so that it is centered. Let's see. I have to look on camera because I can't see what I don't want to stick my head in the camera. I don't think you guys would like that. I know my husband wouldn't like it. Okay. Now, I can also put my sentiment if I want to. I'm not going to because I'm going to try something else, but if I wanted, what are my sentiments? Together is my favorite place to be. I'm going to use that one. If I wanted to do, oh, for goodness sake, my sentiment right now, I could actually lay this right in here, just like so, and I could ink them all up together, and I'd be good to go. But I'm not going to do that because I'm thinking that I'm going to do that separately. And that's what this die set here was for. So my thoughts are that I'm going to pull my second rectangle, which I don't think, see how this has this beautiful frame, and you'll see that once I ink it up, but I think I'm going to ignore that and show you another way of doing it. And I think I'm going to cut a separate little frame to go on the top here with my little scallop, and I'm going to put my sentiment in that. So that's what I'm thinking I'm going to do. Okay, so I've got my Spellbinders Platinum 6 off to the side here. These are the plates that come with it. I'm setting these aside for now, all right? I'm not going to use those. And so I'm going to go ahead and ink this up. I am going to do this in black. And I'm giving it a little bit of a twist, very small. See, like a little twist like this. And that just helps get more ink on there. Now I can see this. I'm going to actually move this around because I can't twist my arm around. And I'm going to apply more pressure with certain parts of my hand than other parts of my hand, like with my fingers, my thumbs and stuff. It's just it's how your hand moves, right? But I do want to make sure that this is inked up pretty well. And I do this with everything, whether I'm coloring or painting. I turn whatever my subject is instead of trying to contort my body and twist myself all around. Okay, so I can see it looks like it's pretty doggone inked up to me. There we go. So I'm going to set that aside. And now this will lay over the top. All right. And now I'm going to, off camera here, because I can't run, I'm just going to run this through. So instead of my cutting dies, I'm putting this whole Letterpress through there, through my die cutting machine. All right? Crossing fingers. Moment of truth. Let's see what happened. Oh, my. Oh, no! No! Uh-oh. Sketty-o. So I'm going to move this over a little bit, and I'm going to ink up that little corner, just that little corner, and do it again. And I'm going to hope that I got it on. If I have to do it again, I will. It's not going to be the end of the world, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm not going to run it completely through. I'm just going to run that little bit through, and then I'm going to come back over it. All right. So when I ran it through, I literally put it through a tiny little bit like this, and then I went back. So it doesn't do a whole second impression, but we'll see. If I have to do it again, I will. Not great. Not great. Let me make sure everything is on here right. And you know what I'm noticing too is I didn't center it very well. See how it's right off the edge over here? I'm not in love with that. So I am actually, and it's my fault, because see how I have the extra space over here and over here I don't? That is all my fault. So I am going to move that over just a tiny little bit. This is A2, so it's like almost right at the edge of A2. Kind of thinking I'm going to move it back a tiny little bit more. This is the stuff that drives me bonkers. I like it when things are perfectly evened out and like spaced out. I think I moved it too far. Oh, now I'm going back and forth. Oh my gosh, you guys are going to think I'm crazy. Let me see. I think that's going to be better. I'm going to run this through one more time. I'm going to do it again with a new piece. You know, I can keep this. I can use it on something else maybe, but I am going to run it through again. Just because I'm a little particular. Okay. So let me put this up here. My paper. All right. That's not working for me. How did it get to be 7:25 already and I haven't even started painting?
Good question.
What is happening? What's happening? Like right at that very end there. Right in those little corners.
Slide it up a little on the left.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to ink it one more time. This one we're using no matter what. All right. So ink it up one more time. Get the just little squiggles on there. Okay. Crossing fingers. Let's do this again. Okay. I'm starting to think I should probably pull one of my, that looks pretty doggone good. I'm going to go with it. It's not perfectly centered everywhere, but it's going to be fine. I have it, whatever. It's different when I can put my head right over the top of it, and I can't do that when I'm on camera. But I think it's going to be beautiful anyway. I'm going to try not to obsess. So now I'm going to use my Extreme Clean just to gently clean. Here's the Extreme Clean. This stuff is phenomenal. Just to clean this off. Get any excess. Come here, you. There we go. All right. You can clean the base as well. And get a lot of that extra off of there. Clean that up. And it's not going to be brand new all the time, right? But it's going to get a lot of that junk up there, off of there. I'm going to give this one more go on it. And get that excess off. Okay. Yep, that's a very good idea, Linda. Use a 5x7. It's an excellent idea. Okay. Let me put this die over here. Okay. And now, let's get this out of here. The next thing I'm going to do, I actually have some of my, this is some more of our watercolor paper, and this is the 4x9. And here I'm going to go ahead and just tape this down. And this is what I'm going to put my, my sentiment on. Just on a piece of the 4x9. And I'm going to end up die cutting this. So I just want to make sure, see my die cut, it'll go in this direction, so I can just kind of place this. So if this is going to be, let's say here, I can place this like here. So if I have it right about here, I want to make sure that it is straight. So I just want to make sure I have enough space within that bit there to center this. Okay, I'm going to flip this up and make sure it's straight because it's not. There we go. That's better. And I have this right at the edge. That's going to work just fine, I think. go ahead and ink this up. Oh, I'm a goof. I just spun it. Oh my gosh, Angie's hot tonight. I'm just twisting it and turning it all over the place, and I'm getting ink everywhere. Oh, for goodness sake. We have our good days, and we have our bad days, right? All right. I am going to clean this up, because I don't want that everywhere. If you guys could see what I've done. Alan, will you help me out here? I've got watercolor water everywhere. Oh my goodness me.
What do you want me to do?
Pour that out,
Okay.
please. I've made a mess. Oh my goodness gracious. Angie's in rare form tonight, folks. All right, let's see how this goes. It's a good thing we're a little off camera here today.
Good thing we're not live.
Yeah, good thing we're not live. So this is going to go through the machine. Oy vey. I'm just making a mess. It's a good thing my computer's not over there. That would have been, look how great that looks. That would have been so bad if my computer was over there. I would have been really upset.
Hey, Thomas has 2 questions for you.
Who has 2 questions for me?
Thomas,
Thomas has 2 questions for me. What are your questions?
do you think you'll ever make a 8.5 by 11 or 5 by 7 watercolor?
Watercolor paper?
Yeah.
Well, we're actually looking at doing the 8.5 by 11. So,
Really?
yes, we are.
News to me. Okay. And then, do you think we'll have a re-anchor in Raven?
That's an excellent question. We are out of them. Yes, we need to get more of those in. I have unfortunately, we've been selling out of things very quickly in a lot of things, and I'm just going to put these in here for now. And unfortunately, I have not had time to deal with some of the reorders of things because we're also planning, prepping for our next release and the Christmas and fall and everything after that, plus a whole bunch of HSN stuff. So things have kind of gotten a little bit backed up, but we will be restocking the Raven Re-Inker, I promise you. And I will try, actually, if you'll make a note of that for me, Alan, so I can deal with that faster, that would be really great. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get this cut. So this is going to go through, thank you, Clara. It is a beautiful frame, I agree, I love it. So I'm going to go ahead and die cut this. So then we'll have all of that done. And I'm thinking I'm going to do kind of a loose watercolor so that we don't have to spend an hour and a half watercoloring tonight. Not sure you guys would want to see that happen. So I'm going to run this now through with my die cutting plates that came with my die cutting machine because I'm cutting now. I'm not letterpressing. Okay. And the great thing is it still feels amazing. I wish you guys could feel how wonderful that letterpress feels. Look how beautiful that is. And I think that's going to look really cute right over the top. And we're going to pop that up a little bit too. So it's just, you know, another look. Sometimes when you look at a product, you know, you kind of think, well, there's maybe only one way that I can use that. And, you know, granted, we have the frame built in here, but you can change that up just like I'm going to be doing tonight. So take a look at your stash. You know, if you don't already have some kind of a rectangular, you know, frame set, then we still have some of these scalloped rectangles. If you have something similar to it, I mean, you might already in your stash, or maybe it's not scallops, maybe it's something else. But look to your stash and see what you have. Okay. Oh my gosh, I still have water everywhere. Uh-oh, Skiddy-o. Dry that off. Okay. So I mentioned those watercolor paints that I have. And here they are. These are Kuretake. And I'm going to set this aside so I don't get water everywhere on it. And I've got 2 brushes here. These, I'm trying to remember what these are called. I don't know what they're called. They are Kuretake, I know that. But I'm just going to kind of go ahead and be a little bit loose with the colors. So we've got some beautiful colors. I might even try and use all of them. I'm not sure. But I'm going to start with, this blue here. Let's bring this onto my glass mat so I can see what I'm dealing with. See how much water I have. And I'm literally just going to just kind of bring some of this in, and I'm going to leave some white and just make it real easy. Oops. And if you get it on the back, don't worry. You guys are supposed to let me know if I do that. If I'm dragging my card right through it. So pretty. And this has a little bit of a shimmer to it that I absolutely love. I think it's just gorgeous. Sometimes you have to look at this and say, what is it? There we go. But see how easy these are? Just adding a little bit of color, leave a little bit of white here and there, just for like some little highlights. There you go, 1 down. So where do I have another one that looks similar to that maybe? Let's see. I've got one over here. A little bit heavier with the paint maybe on this one, it looks like. I'm not going to worry at all about any shading or anything like that. Just drop in color. How pretty. I love that. Gorgeous. I'm actually going to have, this is something that you can do too. So remember that we give you this image that's on the back, okay? Use that image. I like to have that image kind of sitting next to me because sometimes when you have these, you know, big groupings of flowers or whatever the images might be, sometimes it's kind of hard to see what is what. You know, when you're literally staring at a whole bunch of black lines. So I'm just going to kind of put some color into some different flowers kind of all around here. All right, there's some more blue. Maybe we'll do this one in blue at the top. And maybe we'll do another one over in here somewhere. I can always add some more blue later too. But that's all I'm going to do with that blue. I am going to clean that up. Clean off my brush. Now, I do keep handy a little paper towel. Not paper towel, but a little towel. So I'm going to move now into this beautiful yellow. That's gorgeous. I don't love yellow, but I do like it in flowers as an accent. So I'm not going to do like a big, huge yellow flower because I don't love yellow that much. But I'm just going to put some yellow back in here. And so this is where I'm looking at this flower back here because I'm looking at the picture to see where the rest of this yellow flower is. What is what? What am I supposed to be coloring yellow? Let's see. Up in here. But you can see how it's just kind of really light and luscious. Isn't that pretty? It's just really soft. So this is going to be very pastel. Just lovely. Let me do this one yellow. This color is actually very milky. It's really pretty. And this does have a shimmer in it, so as it goes over the black lines, it kind of mutes the black line a little bit too. I don't know if you're noticing that, but it kind of mutes the stamped line because of that metallic that's in it. It's kind of cool. How about this one over here? So pretty. A little bit of yellow everywhere. I'm not necessarily worrying about the type of flower either, you know, because different types of flowers can have, you know, the same type of flower can be in different colors, right? So I'm not going to worry about making sure every single, you know, shape of a certain shape is a certain color. Oh, we've even got those little ladybugs. I think that ladybug's going to be pretty. I purposely chose this one flower here because it has the ladybug on it, and I think it'll be kind of cool to have that red of the ladybug on that one. Let's get this yellow in here. I should probably use my skinnier little brush, but we're going to go with it. Just get that in there. How pretty. Let's do one of these little ones here too. Just kind of dabbing it in. While I have the yellow, actually, you know what? I'm going to go in with my smaller brush for the center. So I have this really skinny little size 0 brush. And so I am going to get those little bits in there in yellow. It may not show up very well on your screen, but it is happening, I promise you. There you go. Just that little bit. I think that's pretty. All right, so I'm going to leave yellow for now, and I can come back to it. I'm going to get a little bit of different colors all around. So how about this kind of it's called scarlet. Let's see what it looks like. I don't know, we'll see. A little bit of water on it. Ooh, maybe a little too much water. If you get too much water, dab it. Helps if it touches down when you dab it. There you go. So if you get too much, just give it a little dab. Little dab will do ya. What is that from? Anybody know? Little dab will do ya. What is that from, Alan?
No idea.
Little dab will do ya. I think it's from the 50s.
Brill cream?
Brill cream? Is that what it is?
So I think we've actually had that question.
Have I said that before?
I think so.
It's funny.
That said Brill cream
Yeah.
immediately. Oh, and Daisy sour cream.
Daisy sour cream?
Maybe.
Maybe. Oh no! I have a red flower and then a red bug.
Oh no, that's from
Oh no!
Mr. Bill.
Mr. Bill. We tend to quote movies around here and commercials and TV shows, and I don't know if it's we or me. I don't know. But I do know I do it. Let's give this a little red over here. Okay. And then how about we do, I'm going to do this, you know what? I'm going to brush this brush off here. And I'm going to come into this one with a skinnier brush. There you go. Gives me a little more control over these little loopy ones here. So this paint, this particular one, I think I worked with it like a long time ago, so I haven't worked with it in quite some time, maybe once. It's maybe a little bit lighter than I would have wanted initially, but we're just going to kind of play and see how we do. It's going to be very pastel, very muted, very spring, definitely light. I don't feel like I'm getting a lot of this red. Maybe it's just because it's very pearlized. How about some water? If the paint isn't coming off of the brush, it's because your brush is dry.
I have a technical question for you.
Okay.
The cleaner,
Mm-hmm.
do you know how to get the pad back on the cleaner?
Oh. Well, if you remember, and I've said it many, many times, you want to make sure you want to dab with it. It is a dauber, so you want to pounce with it. You don't want to be rubbing a lot with it, because that pad, you know, because of the way it sits on it, the edges can come off, and it has happened to me. So be happy that, you know, I at least do have an answer for you. I've actually used like a little safety pin, to be honest with you, to just tuck those little edges right down. Let me show you. I don't have a safety pin here, but I've taken a little because it's a little bit long, a little bit wider than that. And if you take, let's say this was a safety pin, you literally just take a safety pin and push it down. You just push it right down into there, and it'll go right back in. It's tedious. It's going to take you a few minutes to do it, but...
Worst case, add it to a cloth and use that, I guess.
Well, I mean, worst case, you could add it to a cloth or cotton or something. I don't know that I would do that, because it's going to absorb, you're going to, you know...
Use a lot of it.
You don't use a lot of it that way, but, yeah, I would just take the tip of a pin. Let's get a little bit here. There you go. This is really soft. It's really light. You know what it reminds me of a little bit is like the Mickey Mouse cartoons. How they were like black and white with a little bit of red. Those, you know, like original cartoons. It's a terrible sound, isn't it? That wasn't very nice. Okay, we're going to move into pink now. I feel like I've got to get a lot more water in here. There we go. Oh no, that's a beautiful. I like that. I'm reluctant to do this because I have that bug there again, but I'm going to do it. I want this pink in the bigger flowers. Leave some of those areas white. Don't be afraid to leave them white. They end up looking like little highlights. Look how pretty. Come in here with a little pink. This pink is probably the most vibrant of all the colors in here, interestingly. There we go. I'm going to put some pink on this one. I'm going to do green at the base of that. That's why I'm kind of leaving that a little bit. go. Let's have another nice big pink flower here. So pretty. Let's see. I really think the pink just kind of makes the whole thing pop. So I want that to be almost like the main color. Really pretty. Gorgeous. How about up here? You can even put one here. It's okay to have two pinks next to each other. And we'll see. We're going to go in and fill with some other colors once we get these in here. Very pretty. I love this. This is one of my favorite pieces that we did in this collection. So I am seeing where I can use maybe some blue. To clean that up. I'm going to bring in see if we can darken that. I'm going to bring some blue in over here. Be around that little ladybug. I'm even going to darken maybe a little bit on those blue, that blue right there. Do another blue over here. Darken the centers of these blues right here just to make that pop as you get a little bit closer in. There we go. So pretty. Let's do another blue over here. Almost done with these. Then we're going to do some centers. We're going to add a little more, we're going to add some green into it as well. And I'm going to put a little bit of blue up here. I think the pink and the blue really stand out a lot. Let's get these centers a little bit. In toward the center, I'm pulling out a little bit darker, just a little to make that blue a little bit stronger. I think that's really pretty. How about in here? Go a little deeper with that blue as you get closer in there. So pretty. I'm going to do that with the pink too, since that pink has dried a little bit. Creamy. Oh my God, these paints are amazing. Just a little bit. Tiny little bit. See what just that little bit does? A little extra dark in the center. It gives it kind of a little more depth. I think it's super gorgeous. Okay. So I'm going to go to my smaller brush now. And I'm going to pull this pink right in here. There we go. Let's see if I have any other little flowers I need to do. I'm going to do one up here in pink. I'm going to get some yellow for this one right here. And maybe put some yellow in the center here as well. Are there any other centers? Right over in here, a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. So where I need to fill in, I'm just kind of looking and saying what colors can I fit in there that I don't already have. Like here I've got pink and blue and yellow, so I'm going to go into that red. And I'm going to fill in this one here with the red. Now, let's see where those little ladybugs are. Oh, I can make this one red too. Just gotta find where you've got little space. I don't even know where the ladybugs are anymore. I've lost them. Well, there's one right here. A little bit of red on that little ladybug. There's one right here. A little bit of red on that ladybug. And there's one right here. Tiny little bit of red. Little ladybug. There you go. Let's see. Am I missing any? Okay, I need some yellow to get a little more yellow in here because it's not showing up. And then maybe some over in the centers of some of the other flowers that I'm missing. And some of them you can leave white. It's not going to matter if you leave some of them white. But I do need to get some green in here for these leaves. All right, so I clean up that pink. And you know, on this glass mat, you don't need to worry if it dries a little bit, if the paint dries, because it's watercolor. I mean, you don't have to worry about it. It's going to come right up for you. Come right into this. Okay. There's some green, a little bit green here. I'm not even worrying if I go out of my lines a little bit. Frankly, the color's so light, you're not even going to see it if you do. Go. Just get the bottom of those a little bit. That one's green right there. It looks like anyway. If it's not, it is now. A little bit. You know, even if you're not sure if there's supposed to be green there, you can actually tuck some green in so it seems like you've got a leaf back there, because who's going to know the difference? And it's just kind of nice to have that extra little bit of color in there. There you go. How about up here? This is so relaxing. If you guys haven't, you guys have got to do this, I'm telling you. It's incredibly relaxing. This is the kind of stuff you can do like with the television on. You just kind of lose yourself in it a little bit. I think I got all the green that maybe there is. A little bit over here maybe. Tiny little bit. A little bit over here. All right. I do see a couple little things. So I'm going to come in with this right up at the top here. A little bit of color. Let me get some yellow for this one here. The center of this one. I'm just kind of dotting that in a little bit. I've got one over here where I can put some yellow in the center, just kind of dot it in. I'm actually going to put yellow up at the top of this one. I think that'll be kind of cool. Just fun. Oh, my poor husband is trying. He keeps leaving the room. Poor thing. He's got a cough and he doesn't want to cough and have everybody jump. Okay, there you go. Look how pretty that is. It's really pastel. I like that. I think it's really pretty. It's kind of milky, which is really nice. Really, really soft. Now, if you wanted to bring some of the lines back, because like I said, it's a shimmery paint, so it has like a glitter in it, if you will. So that's why you can even see it. It's on my hands. You can see that shimmer. So that's why it's kind of covering up some of the black lines or muting those a little bit. If you wanted to bring those lines back out and make them stronger again, you can always go in with like a Copic multi-line or like a fine liner, and you could go over those lines. But to be honest with you, I like it like this. I think it's really springy and summery. I think it's super pretty. And I know me, right? I know that if I come in with that marker, I'm just going to make a mess. I just know I will. So this is actually going to go on top of it like this. So let me find my card topper. It's sitting right here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, I'm trying to think if I want to trim my edge off just a tiny little bit on this, because it's at the edge over here and not at the edge over there. And that's how anal I am. That's how absolutely crazy I am. It will bother me. So I'm just going to make this even by trimming a tiny little bit right up to the edge. This way it looks intentional, right? Now if I trim that little bit off of that side, I'm going to trim, I apparently need a new blade again. I'm going to trim a tiny little bit off of this side too. There you go. I need a new blade. Uh-oh. It's not cutting real straight because it's a dull blade. But anyway. Now, nobody can tell the difference. And now, when I put this on here, I'm going to have a tiny little bit of an edge around it, which actually is not bad. I like it better this way. So I'm going to pop that up on foam. So we're going to give this some dimension. Where's my scissors? Here they are. So we're going to pop this up on foam. Sheila says you could round the corners. You were right, I could round the corners. It'd be beautiful. I don't have a corner rounder with me right here though, but it is a great idea. You know, it's one of the things I love when you guys give me all these suggestions. I wish I could always take them. Right now I can't take it because, like I said, I don't have a corner rounder here, and I don't think I could explain to Alan where that would be with any success. Oh, Victoria says, love that you cut some off. It was making me crazy too. I hear you, girlfriend. All right, so let's see. Oh, you're right. It would be beautiful on a black mat. You know what, Mr. Actually, do I have black cardstock here? Let's see. I think I have black cardstock here that actually fits that. Let's try it. That's a great idea. See, sometimes I can take the ideas because I have the stuff here. It's just a tiny, tiny little bit of a black frame around it. I like that. Just a tiny little hint. I could cut off more, but I'm not going to. So it gives me a little bit of a frame. Oh, my blade is terrible. I hate when that happens. Okay. Sometimes when the blade isn't really good, you get those little hanging chads, you know. Okay, so let's see what we've got going on here. Just a tiny little bit because I didn't cut a lot off. Let's see how that's going to work. I'm trying not to put my head in the camera again. I think that actually works because it just gives me that tiny little bit around the edge now, which is really nice. Huh? It does. It makes it pop right off the page. It's really nice. I like that. Great idea. Was that Dieta?
Yes.
That was a great idea. fantastic idea. Deanna gets the gold star tonight. Thank you, Gail. I think it's really soft and beautiful. So we're going to pretend that that frame there does not exist. We're going to go right over the top of it. You look in the camera, make sure I'm covering it. It's okay if you see that little bit of that line off to the side. It doesn't matter. But I think that's going to be good. And then from here, we're going to, let me put it on here. Make sure I have this going in the right direction. I think that fits. Look how beautiful that is. Ah, I like it like that. From here, if you want, you could do like some little beads, some little gems. What do I have here? What are my little gem tools? So what if I put a little gem here? Do I have any really little ones here? Put that one down there. Let's see. I don't always like using the really big ones. I don't know why. I'm more of a medium girl. I can just put 3 on there, just a little bit. It's kind of pretty. I don't like to add a lot of these. And you know, frankly, I never know where to put them. I don't know about you guys, but I never know where to put them. I look at cards that, oh, here's my adhesive. I couldn't find it. I look at cards that others do. And I go, I don't know how you thought to put that there. Ah! My, oh my, oh my. What is happening today? Alan, do you have can you get me a tissue?
Sure.
It's, it just kind of, I don't know. It blowed up, sir! What is that from?
What is that from?
Anybody know? It blowed up, sir.
Blowed up, sir.
A little bit. Come on, adhesive. Come out now. There you go. There's one. Did anybody guess it?
I don't know. I haven't been back there yet.
Oh, well, go look. There we go. All right.
Patty.
Huh?
Cindy Patty has all the answers.
Oh. Yep.
One
She
of the
got it. Stripes.
One of the best movies ever.
Oh. Now, either Cindy is on the same wavelength as us, or she's really quick to search the internet. There you go. How's that? I think it's pretty. Oh, I think it's so pretty. I love it. Look at how gorgeous. I wish you could see the shimmer in the paint. I'm trying to catch it in the... There you go. There's some of it. It's very, very subtle, that little bit of shimmer. And it just looks almost milky. It's so pretty. I think it's gorgeous. I hope you guys like that. I love the suggestion of that black frame on there, too. I thought that was fantabulous. Just perfect. Oh, Deanna says you can send that to me, Angie. Oh, I just might. Look how pretty. I love it. I'm so happy. Yay! Okay, so we need to do a giveaway. We're going to switch the camera back, Misto Hunt.
Okay, let me find it.
Find the button.
Yeah.
Okay, yay. I am so happy that turned out. I hope you guys like it. Yay. Kind of hard to see. The bright lights. Okay. Anyway, well, thank you, everybody. That was fun. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I didn't bore you. But we are going to do, Gail says you need to do a drawing for the card. We could do that.
I think you already promised it to Diana.
Alan says I already promised it to Dieta. Oopsie. Okay, so yes, Dieta's, you know what, we will send this card out to Dieta. Do we have her address?
I don't know.
You know what, Dieta, send your address to customer service at LDRScreative.com and we will send it to you. Okay, so it is time for a giveaway though. Remember when I promised it at the beginning? So the only item that I used that was not in the bundle already, for those of you that already ordered your bundle, the other item is the scalloped rectangle dies. So I think we're going to give this away. This, I know we've given several of these away, but this literally is my favorite die set. And we've sold out of it, we've restocked it, we've sold out of it, we've restocked it. So this is absolutely spectacular. So we're going to give that away. So everybody get your comment out there. Get something out there that says, hey, I want to win. I want to win that amazing scalloped rectangle die set, because it really is. This is my favorite go-to die set. I use this all the time. I love it. Sorry, I'm cleaning up little gems here. Yay. Misto, you got a name?
No.
Everybody's putting their comments out there. Pick me, pick me.
How about Christina Holloman?
Christina Holloman, congratulations. You have tonight won. Ow, I just hurt my elbow. Sorry. Let's do that again. Christina Holloman, tonight you have won.
Come on down.
Come on down. You have won this amazing scallop rectangle die set. In order to claim your prize, I need you please to send your name and your complete mailing address to customer service at LDRScreative.com. Linnea is going to get that up on the screen there for you so that you can copy and paste that into your email. So send us that and we will get that shipped out to you right away so you can start crafting with it. Yay! Alrighty, everybody, that is it for tonight. We will be back next week, same time, same place. I hope that you will all join us. Hopefully Alan will be feeling better. He is actually going to be traveling tomorrow. For those of you that might be in the Austin, Texas area, he's going to be in Austin, flying out there tomorrow if he's feeling up to it. What?
In theory.
In theory, if he's feeling up to it. Oh, poor guy, he's so sick. So anyway, all right, everybody, have a great night. Have a fantastic weekend, and we will see you back here next week, same time, same place. Bye, everybody.